Hello, buddy. Welcome to the 88th reaction video, I think, of the Super Sam Sports Encore YouTube channel podcast. This is going to be a watch party of the Selection Sunday. This is the college men's basketball selection show where they will review the 68 team bracket. I'm super excited for this. Hope you all are excited for this. But yeah, guys, if you guys are excited for this, be sure to like, subscribe, and yeah, let's just go ahead and get the show on the road. Let's just go ahead and get the show on the road. Oops. Let me make sure YouTube is working and they are live. Okay, yes, we're live. Good. We are live. Yay. We are live. Okay, good. We are live. Okay, good. All right, let me let everyone know that we are live. When the next hurricane season comes, we'll be ready. We're working tirelessly around the clock to prepare for any storm. We gotta get it right. We're installing 25,000 new poles to withstand high winds. We're cutting back vegetation from thousands of miles of power lines. And we're connecting new grid switches to reduce power outages. I'm Stephon Stevens, and we're strengthening Houston's energy grid for the future.
I hope I don't give off like this VIP persona, but Sewell has kind of messed with my head in that way to kind of make me feel like I'm a VIP when it comes to cars. My husband will joke, he's like, you're obsessed with your car. I'm like, I am. I'm not a car person, but I'm obsessed with my car because of Sewell. I will always drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac. 77's on KHOU11 Morning News.
All right. For more than 25 years, Greg Gumbel was the host of March Madness on CBS. We will miss our dear friend and colleague.
What's special about the tournament is, aside from the fact, and under normal circumstances,
That's what it was saying. Shout out to Joe in the chat. Are you ready, Joe, for Selection Sunday? They're going to announce the 68 team bracket here.
Someone unexpected will come out of the blue. If you like basketball, there's no better place to be.
Yes. A tribute to our legendary friend and colleague, the late, great Greg Gumbel. We thought we'd start things up with his favorite band, the Rolling Stones. Greg loved this time of year. He loved this day, and it is an honor to sit in his seat again.
Ashley need picture. Yes.
March Madness Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show alongside my friends, Clark Kellogg, Jay Reddick, and Seth Davis, as we carry Greg's joy forward into March.
Forever changed in a positive and significant way because he was my colleague and friend sitting in that seat for over 2 decades. And he did it with great class, great composure, great humor, and great humility. Forever remembered, and I'm so much better for having spent time in his orbit as a friend and colleague.
Well said. As a coach and player, his voice is the voice of accomplishment. When you hear his voice, you know you've done something because you're watching Selection Show. And then in my first screen TV, I got to have him as a mentor. Great man. We're going to miss him dearly, as will this tournament.
I hear his voice all the time. We're wearing these pins, by the way. It says GG on air to honor him. One of the many things that made Greg great is he never wanted this to be about him. So start us up.
You got it, Seth. But we are the only 4 people in this room not wearing Rolling Stones t-shirts. are good. We will celebrate Greg forever. And in 22 days, one team will be celebrating, hoisting this coveted trophy to be the champion. And to be the champion, you must be one of the NCAA 68 tournament teams. 31 teams have received an automatic bid. 37 more are about to accept their at-large invitation as we begin the madness. Here are the tournament brackets from the NCAA.
They just said 31 teams have already received automatic bids by winning the conference tournaments. Now it's time for a bunch more to receive their at-large bids. Auburn is the number 1 seed in the South region. Who will they play? They will be taking on the winner of the first 4 round between St. Francis and Alabama State. Winner of that will be the 16 seed in the South region, Alabama State or St. Francis. Alright, now the 8th seed for the South region, we got the Louisville Cardinals. The Louisville Cardinals. Their opponent will be the 9 seed Creighton Blue Jays, who get in as a 9 seed. Ryan Kalkbrenner, everyone, that Louisville and Creighton's going to be a good game, I would imagine. Alright, the 5 seed, we got the Michigan Wolverines. Who will they face? They will face... Let's see who they face. They will face the 12 seed UC San Diego. UC San Diego versus Michigan. One of the best offenses and defenses in the country when you talk about turnovers, UC San Diego. The 4 seed, we got Texas A&M for the South region in the 4 seed. Texas A&M Aggies. They will take on the South region 13 seed, the Yale. As the announcer just mentioned, Yale is as physical as any team in this in the conference tournament. So that'll be a tough match for Texas A&M. The 6th seed for the South region is Ole Miss. They will take on the 11th seed San Diego State or North Carolina for the second first 4 matchup as the 11th seed. That will also be a good game to watch. The 3 seed, the Iowa State Cyclones, are your 3 seed for the South region. And then we got the 14 seed Lipscomb. That may actually be a good matchup as well, because Lipscomb has been playing some pretty good basketball this season as well. 7 seed Marquette Gold Eagles will be taking on 10 seed New Mexico. Just a reminder, everybody, after this is all done, we'll be making a bracket on ESPN. The 2 seed, the Michigan State Spartans, Tom Izzo, has made the tournament once again with a record of overall of 27 wins and 6 losses. They will be playing the 15 seed in Cleveland, Ohio. Who is that? They will be taking on Bryant with a record of 23-11. Michigan State versus Bryant. That might be a good matchup. I have no idea. The South region looks good, and we're just getting this bracket already looks good, and we're just now getting started with Selection Sunday.
seed. That had to be surprising to that team. In fact, Kelsey, phenomenal year, playing in the ACC tournament championship game, and end up being in that 8 seed. We're going to go down to the bottom of the bracket now, and obviously the North Carolina.
Yeah, they were mentioning it's got to be surprising for Louisville to be an 8 seed for the coaches and them, because they probably didn't expect to be that high.
If you go down to the bottom, that second from the bottom, that Marquette, New Mexico, I mentioned it earlier, two of the best point guards in the country going at it. That is going to be a great matchup. And Michigan State, think about where they were earlier in the season. If you look at them at the bottom as a 2 seed, poor Phil Martelli Jr. was getting a hot team. But I think he's a little upset that they didn't make it to the finals of the Big Ten. So that Michigan State's going to be ready to go.
All right, one region in the books, and the guys will have big predictions later in the show. The Capital One NCAA March Madness Bracket Challenge, the official bracket game of NCAA March Madness for both the men's and women, is almost ready for your picks. Get your bracket started at play.ncaa.com. We'll reveal the East region when the men's basketball championship selection show continues. A quarter of the 68-team field is set. Dozens of teams across the country, including Liberty, BYU, SIUE, McNeese, and High Point, await their fate.
The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show is sponsored by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Capital One. What's in your wallet? And by Coke Zero Sugar. Fan Marcus Thirsty World. Best Coke ever. Not again. The joke never back, baby.
Tackle check. Who's ball up in our airspace?
It's showtime. Let's settle this. Run on, run.
Have to see double leg for double mile. Have a little leg ready to start. What's a point on a ring?
We don't have rings.
Nothing stops.
Switching to Geico really saved you 15% or more on car insurance. Did the little piggy cry wee all the way home?
Your help.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Mrs. A.
Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Texas was feeling so stuck. Now Texas is having a TurboTax expert who does your taxes from start to finish. Check anytime. The most money back every time. Now this is Texas.
Do you suffer from need? Do you struggle to decide which one of the many TVs playing March Madness and Buffalo Wild Wings to watch? Not anymore. Introducing the Beat-Ups Vision Goggles, the perfect way to watch every single game at the same time. With its patent-pending mirror vision technology, you get a full 360 view. And with designer-inspired fast aesthetics that rival the Baroque era, you'll be the coolest guy in them all. But I'm so crazy, I'm practically giving them away. Let's go sports bar.
The Home Depot has fast, free, next day delivery. So you have time to perfect your pick and roll. You pick what you need, we rolling on delivery. For today, get fast free delivery from the Home Depot.
Hunter Dickinson, a couple questions for you. Do you like my haircut?
Yeah.
Thank you. I got it at Great Clips. With footnotes, I get the haircut I love every time.
Bro, you even work here?
No, Crow, but my haircut works everywhere.
And welcome back to the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show. Let's get right back to the reveal of the tournament brackets from the NCAA and its corporate champion, Coke Zero Sugar. Our attention now is on the upper right corner.
Here we go. The second overall number one seed in the East region. We got the 1 seed Duke Blue Devils at a record of 31-3. They will be playing in Raleigh, North Carolina. Who will they play? They will play the 16th seed, which will be the winner of the third first four game, which is American versus Mount St. Mary's. That'll be good.
Mississippi State, led by Josh Hubbard and company, highest scoring Bulldogs team since 1991. There you go. They will face the 9th seed, Baylor, the 2021 national champs, led by Big 12 Freshman of the Year, VJ Edgecombe. More Friday action. This takes us to Seattle, where Oregon is the 5 seed. Always dangerous non-conference wins over Alabama and Texas A&M to go with 12 conference wins in their inaugural Big Ten season. And they'll face Liberty. You better crack 70 points against the Flames. The Conference USA champions are 25-0 when you go. That's the 5-12 matchup. The 4 seed is Arizona. Made it all the way to the Big 12 title game in their first season in the conference. Way to go, Coach Tommy Lloyd. They will face the 13 seed Akron Zips.
Oh, the 8 seed Mississippi State versus 9 seed Baylor, 5 seed Oregon versus 12 seed Liberty, and 4 seed Arizona versus 13 seed Akron. Yeah, we kind of figured Baylor was going to be a 9 seed or something, just because they were kind of losing. The 6 seed, we got the BYU Cougars. Their opponent will be the 11 seed VCU Rams. A record of 28-6. That'll be one heck of a game as well.
Speaking of offense, the 3 seed here, Wisconsin, the highest scoring Wisconsin team since
Chase
the
in
77 season.
fourth place. Oh yes, where is Baylor playing? Baylor is the 9 seed, and they'll be taking on Mississippi State in the first round in the East region. The 3 seed is Wisconsin. They'll be taking on the 14 seed Montana. Where am I typing? I'm replying to a comment on my reaction channel. 7 seed St. Mary's versus 10 seed Vanderbilt. That'll be a good game. I honestly thought Vanderbilt was gonna be one of the first 4 teams. I did not expect them to be right there in the first round. Here we go. The 2 seed in the East region is the Alabama Crimson Tide. Here we go. The 15 seed they'll face is Robert Morris at a record of 26-8. That might be actually a pretty good matchup. I honestly want David to join just so he can hear if Oral Roberts gets in or not. I doubt it, but
that is one heck of a matchup. Don't dismiss or discount the Flames.
Let's look at the bottom one right there, Arizona, Akron. Akron is a team that went on a long winning streak this year. Yep. They're under John Gross. They're a really good team. Arizona, I think, is starting to come on again.
Baylor, Mississippi State, that might be interesting. I'm interested to see how that goes.
See what we got. Next, look at DCU BYU. I was going to pick BYU early to go deep because they play 10 guys. They're a very mature team. They got a lot of guards. Until I saw the match. Getting by this one is going to be tough, but these are 2 great teams.
Hey, if you like points, and you guys know I do, this is the region for you. Are you kidding me? Duke, Arizona, BYU, Wisconsin, Alabama, St. Mary's is the fly in the ointment there. I actually think BYU has enough to get to the Elite 8. That's what I'm calling here.
Wow. Wow. You want to get to the Elite Eight, huh? You like offense.
I like offense, yeah. And I don't like Alabama right now.
Okay, that gives us the East region. The wait is over for half the field. 2 regions down, still 2 to go.
The wait is over for half the field, like Houston, Maryland, High Point, and a bunch more. More to come after this commercial break. They'll reveal the West region and the Midwest region.
Here's another tip from the Tool Shack. How to deliver big. Sabrina, are you ready to deliver big?
Like a little dagger 3 to win, am I right?
Not quite. Hello.
Jack, you got your Halloween delivery. It's on its way.
Fans hate it when you can't deliver at home.
With the new Ultimate Hot Bundle, trade your Ultimate Pizza Hut Feast. I got beef lovers and double pepperoni. Rock, we got double pepper.
I get double pep.
Just bundle bros.
Bundle bros.
Bundle bros.
Feel yours starting at $24.99. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Can you see a picture yet?
Not yet. What's that?
Just streaming the game.
Innovation changes everything.
Go left. Go left. Go left.
With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 and the most market making in the world. Before investing carefully, read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at investor.com. The NCAA, driving change to do more for today's student athletes. The NCAA programs deliver $4 billion in scholarships every year. Those D1 scholarships are now guaranteed. Health and well-being services are mandatory. Student athletes get tutoring as well as financial literacy coaching. Because almost everyone is going pro in something other than sports. The NCAA, driving change to do more for today's student athletes.
Hey, stay with me. I have a few. Mine is really based on what we see on the screen or she has. We have to work fast for sepsis and the rest of the shot. She's grounding like someone coming out of the front. There has to be something that we can do. Clearly, the madness is already in full swing. As evidence, the top seed was upset in 14 of the 31 conference tournaments. We are halfway through the bracket. Many conference champs still wondering
Shout out to Mom in the chat.
who they will play. So, back to the brackets. The NCAA and its corporate champion.
I'm sweating
AT&T. Here now in the Midwest region,
in front of this light.
Houston Cougars, third overall, number one seed for the third straight season.
For the third straight season, the 1 seed in the Midwest region is the Houston Cougars at a record of 30 wins and 4 losses. Who will they play? They will play the 16 seed SIU Edwardsville. SIU Edwardsville. Who is that?
And in for the 26th straight year, Gonzaga,
And for the 26th straight year or something, they said. The 8 seed Gonzaga Bulldogs at 25-8 overall record. Mom says go Cougs. Yeah, they were 1 seed taking on the 16 seed SIU Edwardsville in the Midwest region this year. Gonzaga will take on the 9 seed Georgia Bulldogs at overall record of 20-12. The 5 seed in the Midwest region, the Clemson Tigers, at 27-6 overall record. They will take on the Midwest region 12 seed, which is going to be McNeese. That's going to be one heck of a matchup. Same overall record at 27-6. McNeese versus Clemson. Good luck. Good luck, Clemson. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck. The 4 seed Purdue Boilermakers at 22-11. They will take on the 13 seed High Point. They will take on High Point. Good luck. 29-5 is High Point. Purdue is 22-11. The 6th seed Illinois Fighting Illini at 21-12. They will take on the 11th seed, the winner of the first 4 matchup, the last one, which is Texas versus Xavier. Texas versus Xavier. That one's going to be a shocker just because I know that one's going to be a shocker only because I know a lot of people didn't really have Xavier in the bracket this year. So that will probably be a shocker. Number 3 seed in the Midwest region, we got the Kentucky Wildcats at 22-11. They will face the 14 seed Troy, 23-10. The 7-10 matchup, 7 seed UCLA Bruins. UCLA Bruins at 22-10. And 10 seed Utah State. Utah State 26-7 will take on UCLA. The 2 seed Tennessee Volunteers 27-7. The 2 seed Tennessee Volunteers. They will take on the 15 seed Wofford at 19-15. That'll probably be an easy one for Tennessee. Alright, let me see who SIU Edwardsville is. The SIU Edwardsville Cougars. Looks like they won the OVC Conference Championship. They won the Ohio Valley Conference Championship Finals 69-48 over the Southeast Missouri State Redhawks. So, there's that.
I like Utah State to beat UCLA. At the end of the day, I think you're going to see a lot of SEC with Kentucky and Tennessee going to the Elite Eight. Is that enough for you, Clark? That's a ton right there. You went real. You probably should. I mean, you went very much slingshot. Illinois has been a team that's been high octane, extremely impressive.
This tournament's already looking like it's going to be a good one. Like every year is.
Several teams remain on edge. Among those still waiting, Maryland, UNC Wilmington, Drake, and Omaha will reveal the final region when the selection show continues live on CBS.
At AT&T, we confidently guarantee our network. Oh, no. What we can't guarantee, you and your teammates being too connected. What up, Chad? Double. I texted you guys. I was home. I forgot who first this morning. I thought you said you were on connection means. That's why with AT&T, if there's a network interruption, it pays the best. Critical full-day service. That's the AT&T guarantee.
The Home Depot has fast, free next day delivery, so you can slow down and nail your free throws. You throw it in your car, we deliver it fast and free. Order today and get fast free delivery from the Home Depot. Orders to you. And you feel it. That's the magic melts in your mouth feeling of Ritz toasted chips.
The all-new Nissan Armada, starting at $56,520.
But yeah, let's take a look at some MLB. All right, well, hold on.
Nothing beats fresh.
Oh.
That's why Wendy's uses fresh, never frozen beef with every burger.
Let's go back. Let's go into MLB. I haven't been on the podcast in a while. For those who know, but for those who don't know, I was taking a break just to reset my mind and everything. But we are back, ready to go for March Madness. It's gonna be fun. All right. So Clark Schmidt, starting pitcher for the New York Yankees, shoulder injury. He has been scratched as the Yankees pitching woes mount. This is per Brian Yoke of MLB.com. It says the Yankees are dealing with another potential injury concern in their starting rotation, as right-hander Clark Schmidt was scratched from a scheduled Grapefruit League start against the Blue Jays on Monday due to soreness in his pitching shoulder. It says Schmidt had initially been announced as the Yanks' scheduled starter for Sunday's 4-3 loss to the Pirates at George M. Steinbrenner Field, a start that instead went to right-hander Cam Schlitter.
Welcome back.
Three brackets down, one to go. Let's see what the last one is. We've been live for 33 minutes, by the way. This has gone by fast. The number one seed in the final bracket, the West region, the Florida Gators, at a record of 30 wins and 4 losses. They will be taking on the 16 seed. They will be taking on the 16 seed Norfolk State Spartans at 24-10. 8-9 game. The 8 seed, the Yukon Huskies, at 23-10. They will be taking on the 9 seed Oklahoma Sooners at 20-13. Oklahoma's got a pretty tough matchup there against Yukon. While Yukon has had not the best season as they had hoped for, they're still a pretty solid ball club. Oklahoma's going to have a tough one in their hands there in the first round. The 5 seed, we got the Memphis Tigers at 29-5. The 5 seed in the West region. They'll be taking on the 12 seed of the West region, which is going to be Colorado State at 25-9. That will be a good matchup. I'm not going to lie. It's possible to have. I can see an upset there. I can see Colorado State upset Memphis there. All right, 4 seed Maryland at 25-8. The Maryland Terrapins at 20. The Maryland Terrapins are in. They will be taking on. They will face the 13 seed Grand Canyon 26-7. Good luck, Maryland. Grand Canyon's really good. Let's move on. The 6th seed in the West region, the Missouri Tigers at 22 and 11. Excuse me, in Wichita, Kansas. That game will be played in Wichita, Kansas. Same with this next game, which is the 3 versus 14 seed game. The 11 seed will be Drake taking on Missouri. Drake versus Missouri, that will be a tough one for Missouri as well. There's a lot of, I feel like there are a lot of good, like for example, I feel like there are a lot of good low seeds in this bracket for some reason. Not in this NCAA tournament bracket. The 3 seed Texas Tech Red Raiders at 25-8. It's gonna be hard. Whoever faces Texas Tech will be hard. It will be the University of North Carolina Wilmington will take on Texas Tech in the first round as the 14 seed. 27-7 will be a good matchup for Texas Tech, but I still think Texas Tech will move on. Moving on, the 7 seed at 21-12, we got the Kansas Jayhawks. It's your team, Joe, and then their opponent at 20-13, the 10 seed Arkansas Razorbacks. The Arkansas Razorbacks will be taking on Kansas. Another big one. 2 seed St. John's Red Storm at 30-4. The St. John's Red Storms are going to the tournament. They are in. They will be taking on the 15 seed, the final team that gets in, Omaha at 22-12. Omaha will be taking on St. John's. The 15 seed Omaha will be taking on the 2 seed St. John's in the 2 vs 15 matchup in the West region. Yeah, there you go, guys. But yeah, so this article right here so it says Joey Gallo is making a surprising announcement. He makes a surprising announcement. He says he's switching to pitcher. He's going from outfield to pitcher. This was according to Jason Foster and Scott Merkin. It says here, Joey Gallo said this stuff on Twitter. It's been fun outfield. Just to be clear, it will be pitching. Alright. When you've exhausted the 3 true outcomes as a hitter, perhaps the 4th true outcome is becoming a pitcher. That's apparently how Joey Gallo sees things. Gallo, 31 years old, a longtime slugging outfielder and DH who was released Sunday by the White Sox, said on X that he plans to pursue pitching as the next step in his baseball journey. "Quote unquote, it's been fun outfield." He posted above a video of him throwing out runners on the bases, later clarifying, "Quote unquote, just to be clear, I will be pitching." And he did. He posted this on X. "It's been fun outfield." Then he posted a video on X of him throwing out runners and stuff. And then "Quote unquote, just to be clear, I will be pitching." So that is interesting.
ACC getting just 4 bids, lowest total since 2013. And now we turn our attention to the last 4 teams in, and the 4 teams that were close but did not make the tournament.
All right, the last 4 teams in: Texas, Xavier, San Diego State, and North Carolina. First 4 out: West Virginia, Indiana, Ohio State, and Boise State. So all 8 of those teams will have to try. The first 4 out will have to try again next year. Ryan Lewis exits with left hamstring strain set for an MRI. This was per Matthew Leach. Fort Myers, Florida. It says Twins third baseman Royce Lewis was removed from Sunday's 6-5 loss against the Red Sox due to a left hamstring strain. He will be further evaluated, including receiving an MRI on Monday. Leading off the bottom of the second inning, Lewis hit a hard grounder to third base. As he was running out the ball, he pulled up, unable to run on his left leg. Lewis walked off the field and straight into the Twins clubhouse. So that's interesting. Hope he's doing fine. All right, that seems about it. All right.
There you go. All right, the brackets are now out, and you can say game on. Fill out both your men's and women's brackets.
The brackets are now on, and you can basically say game on now.
Learn more at cbsports.com/Nissan. And as we head to break, we'll look at a few more of the jubilant celebrations. And up next, we'll talk with the gentleman who oversaw the selection process.
All right, let's see if we can make a bracket. Breaking news: Auburn tops NCAA field. Duke, Cougs, UF also 1 seeds. Florida, Houston, and Duke also 1 seeds with Auburn. All right, let's see. Men's Tournament Challenge.
Do you suffer from need? Do you struggle to decide which one of the many TVs playing March Madness or Buffalo Wild Wings to watch? Not anymore. Introducing the Beat-Ups Vision Goggles, the perfect way to watch every single game at the same time. With its patented mirror vision technology, you get a full 360 view. And with designer-inspired fast aesthetics that run with the look era value, you'll be the coolest guy in them all. And I'm so crazy, I'm practically giving them away. Let's go sports bar.
Who recorded over my game footage?
I just love his voice.
Great, it's lost forever now, God! Why don't you relax? I've got to save in the cloud. Innovation changes everything. The cloud. With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing carefully, read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at investment.
All right, brackets will be available in 19 minutes and 20 seconds.
Thank you. I got it at Great Clips. With flip notes, I get the haircut I love every time.
Bro, do you even work here?
No, bro, but my haircut works everywhere.
Here's another tip from the tool shop. How to stay in the zone.
The best way to stay in the zone is to stay cool.
The best way to stay cool? Bring your family to.
I love our fans.
Oh, wow, we can spot your dehydration from a mile away. Welcome to our world of extraordinary hydration science. We've been busy advancing the science of hydration. We selected the ingredient of allulose, a naturally derived sweetener that doesn't spike your blood sugar like glucose. Creating such an amazing sugar-free formula was easy. Everyone could do it. But they don't, because they can't. Liquid IV, sugar-free hydration. Zero sugar, zero artificial sweetener.
But yeah, guys, the March Madness bracket is officially out. The first four begins. What's today? Sunday. The first four begins this Tuesday, the 18th. This Tuesday, the 18th, is when March Madness gets underway with the first four. The first round begins on Thursday, March 20th.
Never disappoints. Another look at the top 4 seeds in each region. Now, the number at the bottom of each region is
All right, the top 4 seeds in the South: Auburn, Michigan State, Iowa State, Texas A&M. In the West region, Florida, St. John's, Texas Tech, Maryland. East region, Duke, Alabama, Wisconsin, Arizona. And the Midwest region, Houston, Tennessee, and then so on and so on.
Vice Chair of the NCAA Men's Division I Basketball Committee. Bubba, what would you say was the most difficult challenge the committee face this time around?
Well, there were a number of challenges, and just congratulations to so many outstanding teams. And it's always the hardest part of any bracketing or selection is that, you have to make a cut somewhere. And fortunately, this year, there were so many outstanding conference champions, and either the first or second team in each of those leagues won. So we had a lot of opportunities to go a little bit deeper with some of our teams that were on the bubble that we've had in past years. But it's always a really fine line that you draw at the end.
So, Bubba, congratulations on being done first and foremost. I am very familiar with all the protocols and procedures inside that committee room. You guys go to great lengths to make sure there are no conflicts of interest. You are the athletic director of the University of North Carolina in your day job, so it's going to be a natural question for people who don't know all those procedures to ask whether North Carolina may have gotten a little bit of an advantage at their ADs and chairs. I'm going to invite you to answer that question.
All right, now they're just interviewing two members from the selection committee. And like Bubba Cunningham, who's the chairman, he was mentioning how it's tough in the end to make these cuts because there are a lot of good teams out there that just flat out don't make the cut. They just flat out don't make it in and have to try again next year. 15 minutes and 30 seconds until we can make a bracket.
Saturday night, we took our final vote, and we voted in 4 teams in the field on Saturday night, and we had a contingency vote. And the contingency vote, that was the last team in the field, and it was based on Memphis and UAB. If Memphis won that game, then that was going to free up the spot in the tournament, and that was going to be North Carolina. If UAB had won, then Memphis was going to be in the tournament, UAB would have been in the tournament, and North Carolina would have been the first team out. And so that process played out today. Memphis won, and that put North Carolina in the field.
Great answer.
Huh, that's interesting. So the vice chairman just mentioned, not the chairman, but the vice chairman just mentioned how it worked out, how it worked out in one of the matchups. So Memphis took on UAB in the American Athletic Conference Tournament Championship game finals today. What was going to happen was if Memphis won, if I'm getting this correct, what he said, if UAB won, they're in, Memphis is in, and North Carolina would be the first team out. If Memphis won, Memphis is in, UAB is out, and North Carolina would be in. And that's what happened. Memphis won against UAB, so UAB is out, Memphis is in, and North Carolina is in as well. So basically, you say Memphis is basically North Carolina's saving grace.
If you could give us a little more sense with the addition of more metrics in the toolbox, what was that discussion like with those teams that ended up being on the outside in the last 4 or 5 spots?
Yeah, well, we had a lot of metrics. We added a couple of
13 minutes until we can make a bracket. Shout out to David in the chat. The Houston Cougars are a number 1 seed in the East region, I'm pretty sure. They're number 1 seed in the East region, and they will take on the 16 seed SIU Edwardsville.
Indiana was close, Ohio State was close, Boise was close. We had a lot of conversations about those teams as well. But as I said at the outset here, that's the hardest part of being on the committee is having to draw that line. But with only one real upset this year, there were an awful lot of teams on the bubble that got in. And last year, as you guys all know, we had 5, and so we couldn't go very deep into to that pool.
Bubba, Keith, this has been very insightful. We thank you and we congratulate you for getting to the end of this process. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, our March Madness coverage officially gets underway with the first 4 games.
All right, the first 4 games begin this Tuesday between St. Francis and Alabama State. First and second rounds begin on Thursday and Sunday, March 27th through 30th is the Sweet 16 Elite 8. Final Four, Saturday, April 5th. Monday, April 7th is the National Championship game, where we will declare a winner. Trying to see who was the other team. Yeah, so Houston, the 1 seed Houston Cougars will take on the 16 seed SIU Edwardsville. The 7 seed Kansas Jayhawks will take on the 10 seed Arkansas Razorbacks. The 9 seed Baylor Bears will take on the 8 seed Mississippi State Bulldogs. Houston takes on SIU Edwardsville at Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita, Kansas. Kansas versus Arkansas. Okay, it's not showing, so never mind. Baylor and Mississippi State. Here we go. Baylor and Mississippi State will be played in at the Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Auburn and Duke top NCAA field along with Houston and Florida. The SEC gets a record of 14 teams in this year's NCAA tournament. That's insane. But I couldn't find anything. But here we go. Officially 9 minutes and 25 seconds until we can make a bracket. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go get a drink.
You know what AT&T guarantees? The deals you want with your choice of our most popular plans, like the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra on us. That's the AT&T guarantees.
My sweet fellas, I heard Cat's back. My Capital One safe cup. Well, look who's here. Hey, Cap. Welcome to the ice cream truck. So many flavors I can't pick, like your bracket. Cold. Let's scoop them all up. We will take your whole ice cream truck to go. Mark Sallow, peanut butter bracket. What you got, Kareem? Cookies and cream. Can I get some? All right. Oh, that's what it is.
People go missing, getting hired, no fun. Get out. Track is on CBS tonight.
The journey ends right here. Here's Hawkins. He pulls up. Fires it. The Huskies have their dreams come true. 40 minutes of basketball will decide the national championship. Now, the Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions.
All right, UConn as an 8 seed, the 2-time defending national champs will have a difficult road to a three-peat. Our guys are going to pick their champs shortly, but first, let's take one more look at the entire bracket, starting with the upper left. where Auburn is the #1 overall seed. And Seth, what intrigues you here?
Well, again, UC San Diego, the Titans, their first year in Division One. I liked Iowa State a lot more. About 10 minutes ago, I just found out Keyshawn Gilbert. Iowa State not going to play. That's going to be a big thing to have now.
I like the Yale Bulldogs, and I think this battle with Texas A&M is going to be a slugfest. Who would think an Ivy League team would get into that? But Yale could take on Texas A&M. I'm going to take Yale on that one.
All right. I like Yale as well. I like the Bulldogs, physical, good offensive team. And then Louisville as an 8th seed is very interesting in a potential second-round matchup with Auburn.
All right, we are flipping over to the West now here. Clark, why don't you start us off?
Well, I'm going to start with the team I think is most complete in the country in Florida. That team has played extremely well. Colorado State is hot as anybody. Grand Canyon, Maryland really appeals to me as must-watch because of how well Grand Canyon has played this season.
We got tortoise in the hair here. I'm going to take the hair with the upset at number 11. And the real dangerous team I hear, I think Texas Tech. I think they can handle the physicality of St. John's. I think they beat St. John's in the Sweet 16.
Very intriguing. Let's get over to the top right-hand corner of your bracket at home, the East Region. Jay.
I like Oregon as a 5 here. Oregon is tough to play against in the tournament because Dana Altman changes defenses so much. You run into him. I think they could get past Liberty. And I also think they played Arizona before they can get past them, too.
Liberty's been terrific. The Flames are really hot. Hard team to play against. But I, too, like Oregon exceeding. Moving on in this particular match. And then you go down to the bottom of this particular bracket for me. You think about Alabama making a run to the Final Four last year. They've been a little disjointed, a little inconsistent, and they find their rhythm and get back to the Final Four.
All right, next up, the Midwest region, the bottom right, Houston, the top seed. Seth, what jumps out?
Again, I do like Utah State in that 7-10 matchup, and you just have a lot of really good offensive teams here. But at the end of the day, the Cougars, I think, reign supreme. And again, McNeese, High Point, Sweet 16. Just in case anybody didn't hear me light myself on fire early in the show.
Give Coach White great credit for getting Georgia to the tournament. A great run this year. But I think this Gonzaga team is playing on the top of their game right now after beating St. Mary's in the final. They go up against Houston. That game is going to be a monster game, but I take Houston in that game.
All right, let's help everybody out some more. We all know March Madness is all about filling out and following your bracket, so we offer some first-round advice. Since UMBC beat Virginia in 2018, the 16 seed has won 2 of 24 meetings, first for 1. Occasional upset aside, though, the analytics say advance all the 1, 2, and 3 seeds in your bracket. Looking for a long shot, the 11 seed has won half its meetings with the 6 seed of late, and the 9 seed has won 2/3 of the games against the 8 seed. Now, you all had UConn winning it last year. Clark, though, had both finalists. So, who makes it to the Final Four this time around? Who cuts down the nets? You're our clubhouse leader.
Oh, so I get to choose.
You get to go
first, sir? Well, I tell you, I'm going to take Michigan State, the regular season champs in the Big Ten. I take them out of South Florida. It's the most complete team in the field, in my opinion. I like them coming out of the West. Clemson is my dark horse. They've been rugged. They almost got to the Final Four last year with a number of those guys, and then we've got Duke. We move them this way. I'm taking Clemson in San Antonio.
Wow.
Against the Gators. Yep, and I'm going with the Gators as my champ.
I like it. Clark. Very bold. 21 years. He's getting very bold. I'm a little less bold. I had Iowa State here, but because of the injury to Keyshawn Gilbert, I'll take the Spartans, everybody else, and I'll take Duke and Florida in the final. And the Blue Devils, assuming the Cooper flag is healthy, I think, are cutting down the nets in San Antonio.
Okay.
All right.
All right, here we go. I like Auburn coming out of the South. I like the Johnnies sneaking out of the West to get to the Final Four. Obviously, Duke in the East, Houston in the Midwest. And then in my championship game, I have Houston, Auburn, and I have the Auburn Tigers.
Okay.
Like they started the season, finished the season as national champs.
I thought you were going to go Big East.
I'm happy having the Big East. And
3 different
and the Big East had 5 in the tournament this year after only 3 last year.
All right, very good. You mixed it up. You mixed it up pretty well.
Jay learned not to go with my pick, so third selection show.
Third
You
time.
guys are very chalky, very chalky.
Yeah, he was a little out of hand early in the round. All right, that will do it for us here. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and a report into the mysterious drones flying over U.S. military sites, followed by new episodes of Tracker and Watson, plus a new episode of The Equalizer tonight on CBS Sunday. Our Selection Sunday coverage will continue now over on CBS Sports Network in just a few minutes with NCAA March Madness Bracket Breakdown. For Clark Kellogg, Jay Wright, and Seth Davis, I'm Adam Zucker. Thank you for watching, everybody, and enjoy the madness. Then there's being the loser. Game time comes with enough pressure. Often, people aren't betting on sports, losing, and taking it out on the athletes. The loser wore her last college hat.
Alright, guys, I'm back. Alright, let's see. Oh, here we go. We can make a bracket. Alright. Alright, so let's start off. We're going to make two brackets. We're going to make this bracket, which is going to be my main bracket, and then we're going to do a coin flip bracket. I'm going to open up a browser and open up a coin flip browser. And yeah. Alright, so we start off with the main bracket. We start off with Auburn versus the winner of the first four game between Alabama State and St. Francis, Pennsylvania. I'm going to go with Auburn, obviously. Auburn just seems really just too good. In my opinion, Auburn's a first four team. We'll see if I actually pick them here or not. But yeah, Auburn moving on. 8 seed Louisville versus 9 seed Creighton. Now, Creighton is really good, but as well as Louisville. But if I'm going to be honest, I'm not ready to let Louisville move on just because I haven't seen Louisville play. Now, if I watch this game, this will probably be my first time seeing them play, and maybe I'll get an idea there. But then again, Creighton, I don't know, man. This is a really tough decision. But I feel like Creighton, if there was any upset that is more likely to happen, I would definitely think it would be Creighton over Louisville. However, Louisville's been playing some really good basketball here lately. I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to say Creighton. Alright. The 5 seed Michigan Wolverines versus 12 seed UC San Diego. Michigan is good. UC San Diego's had a pretty solid year as well, but I'm going to go with the Wolverines here. Just, again, good. 4 seed Texas A&M against 13 seed Yale. I'm going to go Texas A&M to take on Michigan in the round of 32. Ole Miss, 6 seed Ole Miss versus 11 seed San Diego State or North Carolina. Whoops. Alright, so by the way, that first four matchup, Alabama State and St. Francis, PA, I think Alabama State will win that, but either way, Auburn will win. This matchup, I think San Diego State will beat North Carolina, actually. And do I think San Diego State is going to be able to beat Ole Miss? I do. So I'm going to say San Diego State or UNC. 3 seed Iowa State versus 14 seed Lipscomb. Give me Iowa State. 7 seed Marquette versus 10 seed New Mexico. Give me Marquette. Marquette. 2 seed Michigan State versus 15 seed Bryant. Give me Michigan State. Alright. We're going to do the left side of the bracket here, then we'll move on to the right side. Alright. All the way to the Final Four. Actually, all the way to all the way to the Final Four for the left side, and all the way to the you get it. Alright, Auburn versus Creighton. This will be a good game. Ryan Cogburner for Creighton versus Jemai Boom for Auburn. I'm going to pick Auburn, though, just because I think Auburn has really good guard play and stuff like that. It'll be a little bit harder for Creighton to face. All right, Michigan, the 5 seed against the 4 seed Texas A&M. Winner takes on Auburn in the Sweet 16. Not gonna lie, I kind of believe Michigan has a chance at an upset here over Texas A&M. Texas A&M is a really good team, but there is always the possibility of them getting upset here, of them getting beaten here and there. And I feel like Michigan's a team to do that, so I'm gonna say the upset. I'm gonna do Michigan over Texas A&M. All right, Iowa State versus UNC or San Diego State. In my case, San Diego State. I'm gonna pick Iowa State because I think they're just too good for a team like San Diego State to try and beat. All right, Michigan State against Marquette. This is gonna be interesting because Marquette. I like Marquette, but I like Michigan State as well. Michigan State looks really good, but Marquette also looks really good. But if I'm going with my gut, I'm gonna say Michigan. If I'm going with my gut, I'm gonna say Michigan State. I'm gonna say Michigan State. I think Michigan State's just been playing a tad bit better this season than Marquette has. No offense to Marquette fans, but I would not be surprised if this matchup actually happens and Michigan and Marquette actually does prove me wrong and beat them. I would not be surprised. All right, Auburn versus Michigan. Give me Auburn. I just don't think Michigan has the type of players to beat a team like Auburn right now. Maybe in the future, but not right now. Iowa State versus Michigan State. This is another game where I can see an upset. This is another game where I can see a three. Where I can see Iowa State, the 3 seed over 2 seed Michigan State. Do I want it? I think so. Yeah. All right, Auburn versus Iowa State in the Final Four. Or sorry, in the Elite Eight, I think. Yeah. Auburn versus Iowa State. This is gonna be one heck of a game to watch. This game would probably be sold out if I would have imagined. Auburn or Iowa State. I'm gonna go with Auburn. They're good. That's all you can say. They're good. They move on to the Final Four. All right. Moving on, Duke versus American slash MSM, which that is. Who is that? That's. Let me see if I can find the first 4 matchups. Here we go. MS Mount St. Mary's. Okay, Mount St. Mary's. I think Duke's gonna win. Duke's also like Auburn, just too good. So, but I do think American's gonna beat Mount St. Mary's in that first 4 game. Baylor 9 seed Baylor versus 8 seed Mississippi State. Mississippi State is good. Baylor's been on a little bit of a struggle. Mississippi State, Baylor. I got it. I'm not gonna lie. This might be the first time where I'm actually picking against Baylor in the first round. Well, my head is saying Baylor, my gut is saying Mississippi State. I'm gonna go with Mississippi State. I'm sorry, Baylor, but I just don't think Baylor, with the type of season they've had, excuse me, with the type of season they've had, I just don't know, man. All right, 5 seed Oregon Ducks against 12 seed Liberty. This one I could actually see an upset. I might pick the upset, maybe. But Oregon's really good, so I'm going to pick Oregon. But I would not be surprised if Liberty shocks me and bites me in the butt. Arizona versus Akron. Give me Arizona. I think Arizona, yeah. Akron might be a challenge. I have no idea. BYU versus VCU. This I'm going to pick the upset 100%. VCU over BYU. VCU is just good. They're good. Montana versus Wisconsin. Give me Wisconsin. No doubt about that. St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt versus Vandy. Give me Vandy for the upset, honestly. Alabama versus Robert Morris. Give me Alabama. All right. Duke versus Mississippi State. I'm going to go with Duke just because, again, too good. Oregon versus Arizona. I'm going to pick Oregon for the upset again. VCU against Wisconsin. This is a good time for another upset, but I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. So give me Wisconsin. Vanderbilt against Alabama. Vandy is really good. Vanderbilt's really good, but Alabama is too. And I think Alabama's going to pull off this win here. All right, Duke versus Oregon. I got to go with Duke because, again, still too good. Wisconsin against Alabama. I'm wanting to pick the upset, but I'm going to go with Alabama. All right, Duke versus Alabama. Oh, Duke versus Alabama. Duke, Alabama. This is a really tough one. If I had to say, this would be another sold-out game. Mark my words. If this matchup actually did happen, which it's possible. Some people may not like me after this decision, but I'm going to go with Alabama. I think Alabama actually has a real shot at taking down Duke in this tournament. Because Alabama's in the same East region, in the same region as Duke. Alabama has a chance. In my opinion, Alabama is the only team in this entire East region that has a shot at defeating Duke. Out of all the seeded teams here in the East region, in my opinion, I think Alabama has the best shot at it. So, yeah, give me Alabama. All right, now Midwest region. We got the Houston Cougars against SIU. Give me Houston. Give me Houston. Gonzaga versus Georgia. Give me. I want to pick Georgia. Give me Gonzaga. Clemson versus McNeese. Give me McNeese. I don't think Clemson will be able to survive McNeese. McNeese is just good. Purdue versus High Point. I'm going to say another upset. All right. High Point's been playing really good basketball here lately, and Purdue, I just feel like is not the exact same team this year as they were when they had Zach Edey. So it's just that simple. Illinois versus Texas or Xavier. I'm gonna think Texas. Actually, yeah, Xavier. I'm gonna say Xavier beats Texas, and I'm gonna say Illinois beats Xavier. Kentucky versus Troy. Give me Kentucky. UCLA versus Utah State. I'm gonna pick Utah State here for the 10 seed over 7 seed upset. And give me Tennessee over Wofford all day. Wofford's not good. Houston versus Gonzaga. This is gonna be one heck of a ball game. I could actually see an upset here, no joke. but give me Houston. McNeese versus High Point, give me High Point. Illinois versus Kentucky, give me Illinois. With the upset, Utah State versus Tennessee, give me Tennessee. Alright, Houston versus High Point. I can see an upset here, but I'm going to go with Houston again. Houston's just too good. Like Duke and Auburn, they're just too good. It seems like, in my opinion. Illinois versus Tennessee, I'm going to go with Tennessee just because. Alright, so this is interesting. This was interesting, actually. So I had Houston play Tennessee in last year's bracket. In my bracket from last year. And now they're back again. Houston or Tennessee. Darn. That's really tough. I'm not gonna lie. My head wants to say Tennessee. My head wants to say Houston, but my gut wants to say Tennessee. Last year I said Houston over Tennessee. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say Tennessee. Sorry, Dave and Joe, but I just flat out don't think Houston can beat Tennessee. If that matchup even happens, I have no idea. So, yeah. But yeah, Tennessee versus Alabama. Florida versus Norfolk State in the West region. Give me Florida. UConn versus Oklahoma. Give me UConn's going to be tough. Give me UConn. Memphis versus Colorado. Give me Colorado State. Give me Memphis. Maryland versus Grand Canyon. Give me Grand Canyon with the upset. Missouri versus Drake. Drake with another upset. Texas Tech versus UNC Wilmington. Give me Texas Tech. Kansas versus Arkansas. Give me I want to say Arkansas for the upset. Arkansas beat Kansas earlier this regular season, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, you know what? Let me check that. Houston. Okay, never mind. They didn't. No, they lost. Oh, wait, shoot. This is Houston I'm looking at, not Kansas. Alright. No. Their losses, there are two. They lost to Claxton, Missouri, and a bunch of others, but not Arkansas. So never mind. But Arkansas was able to upset them in like 2 years ago or something. When Kansas was a 1 seed, and honestly, I feel like in a way Arkansas has a easier chance at upsetting Kansas just because they're not. I feel like Kansas in a way is. No offense, but I feel like Kansas is easier to beat just because they're a 7 seed and not a 1 seed. And they have been getting beat a lot this season as well. So, for that reason, I'm going to say Arkansas. All right, St. John's versus Omaha. I'm going to say St. John's. Bella, Claire, can you stop? Florida versus UConn. Honestly, Florida, UConn, that would be a good matchup. I could see an upset. Do I want it? No. Florida. Memphis versus Grand Canyon. I'm going to say Grand Canyon with the upset. Drake versus Texas Tech. I'm going to say Texas Tech just because I think they're too good for an upset by Drake. Arkansas versus St. John's. I'm going to say St. John's. Whoops. St. John's. Hey, Bella, Claire, stop. Hey, Bella, Claire, stop. Hey, stop. Hold on, guys. Let me get this from Bella. Claire.
Whoops. Screw my chair all the way back.
Alright. Alright. Let's go. Alright. Texas Tech versus St. John. Florida versus Grand Canyon. Here we go. I'm going to say Florida just because I think Florida is too good for an upset by Grand Canyon. Trust me, I want to pick Grand Canyon. But I just think Florida is too good, so I'm going to say Florida. Texas Tech versus St. John's. This is where I can see an upset by Texas Tech, and I think it's going to happen. Texas Tech moves on, plays Florida. All right. Texas Tech, the 3 seed. All right. The West region, the 3 seed from the West region, Texas Tech, versus the 1 seed from the West region, Florida. This is going to be a good game. I think Texas Tech could pull off the win over Florida and make it to the Final Four. And I honestly do want to see Texas Tech in the Final Four. But in the end, because I do not have a Big 12 team in the Final Four yet. I have 2 SEC teams. No, sorry. 3 SEC teams. I have Auburn, Tennessee. I have Tennessee versus Alabama, and then Auburn, weighing the winner of Texas Tech and Florida. So, yeah. Florida's in the SEC, Texas Tech's in the Big 12. So, I kind of want to pick Texas Tech just because they would be like the only Big 12 team in my Final Four. But in the end, I just don't know if Florida is going to lose. I'm gonna say, my gut saying Florida, so I'm gonna say Florida. With that being said, the Final Four, excuse me, the Final Four is all SEC. I assume Florida's in the SEC. Florida. Auburn, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee. Yeah, they're all in the top 4 in the SEC standings, actually. So here we go. 2 seed Alabama versus 2 seed Tennessee, and 1 seed Auburn versus 1 seed Florida. What a 2 matchups here. Winner for each goes to the national championship. Alabama versus Tennessee. I want to say Tennessee, but I'm going to go with Alabama. All right. Auburn versus Florida. Florida is good. Auburn is good. I'm going to pick Auburn. That means the national championship game is between 2 division rivals, 2 conference rivals. The 1 seed Auburn Tigers from the South region, and the 2 seed Alabama Crimson Tide from the East region. And if I'm going to be honest, I really have no clue. Because both teams are really good. Auburn's really good with Jemai Boom. Alabama's really good with Mark Sears and stuff and players on that team. Overall, I think Auburn's going to do it. I think this is Auburn's year, honestly. And people can not like me, but Auburn's just really good. That's all you can say. They're just too good. All right, submit bracket. That's my main bracket. All right. All right. If we go men's tournament challenge. Wait, hold on. Men's tournament challenge. All right, brackets will lock on the 19th, this Tuesday at 11 p.m. At 11 p.m. All right, my brackets. All right, here we go. Let's name the bracket, and we're gonna go main bracket. All right, save settings. Boom, main bracket. All right, let's. So most picked champions so far, 26.6% for Duke, 21% for Florida, and 11.2% for Auburn. All right, let's make one more bracket, and then we'll call off the stream. By the way, we've been live for an hour and 27 minutes, basically. All right, this will be my coin flip bracket. So coin flip. Coin flip. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so of course heads is gonna be the heads is gonna be the higher seed, tails is gonna be the lower seed. So here we go. Oh. Flip. It's tails. So Alabama State, or in this case, St. Francis, PA, beats Auburn, upsets up. That would be one heck of an upset. I'm not gonna lie. Flip. Tails. Creighton beats Louisville. Whoops. Keep. Tails again. It just loves tails. UC San Diego over Michigan. Right, I'm gonna do this. Okay. Flip. Heads. Texas A&M over Yale. Flip. Heads again. Ole Miss. Flip. Tails. Lipscomb beats Iowa State. Tails. New Mexico beats Marquette. Just a reminder, everyone, so everyone doesn't think I'm crazy, okay? This is my coin flip bracket. I'm laying a coin beside this. I would not decide this. This is the coin that's deciding this. Flip. Heads. Michigan State. Alright. Flip. Tails. American or Mount St. Mary's over Duke. Alright. Heads. Mississippi State. Heads. Oregon. Tails. Akron with the upset over Arizona. Heads. Now it's going back and forth. BYU. Go. Flip. Heads. Wisconsin. St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. Let's go. Tails. Vandy agrees with me with that. Tails. Robert Morris upsets Alabama. Tails. Alright. SIUE upsets Houston. Flip. Tails. Georgia upsets Gonzaga. Alright, why does it keep picking tails? McNeese beats Clemson. Tails. High Point upsets Purdue. I agree with that. Tails, it's continuing with Tails. Texas or Xavier over Illinois. Heads. Kentucky. Flip. Tails. Utah State. Flip. Tails. Wofford over Tennessee. Alright, now, moving on to the West region, the final region here. Alright. Heads. Florida. Heads. UConn. Tails. Colorado State. Tails. Grand Canyon. Tails. Drake over Missouri. Heads. Texas Tech over UNC Wilmington. Tails. Arkansas over Kansas. Tails. Omaha over St. John's. Flip again. Tails. UConn over Florida. Tails. Grand Canyon over Colorado State. Heads. Texas Tech over Drake. Heads. Arkansas over Omaha. Heads. UConn over Grand Canyon. Heads. Texas Tech over Arkansas. Flip. Heads. Texas Tech over UConn. Flip. Heads. It's now in a heads rhythm. Well, there you go. Big 12 team in the Final Four. Alright, let's go Midwest region now. So it was heads. So that means Georgia over SIUE. Flip. Heads again. McNeese over High Point. Tails. Finally, we break the streak from heads. Texas or Xavier over Kentucky. Tails. Wofford over Utah State. Wofford, the Cinderella. Heads. Georgia over McNeese. Tails. Wofford over Texas / Xavier. Can they make the championship? Alright. Heads. Georgia. They will not make it. Georgia and Texas Tech are in the Final Four. Let's move on. Flip. It is tails. Let's go East region. So, American or Mount St. Mary's upsets Mississippi State. Flip. Heads. Oregon over Akron. Tails. BYU over Wisconsin. Flip. Heads. Vanderbilt over Robert Morris. Flip. Heads. Oregon over American / Mount St. Mary's. Flip. Tails. Vanderbilt over BYU. I can actually see that upset. Tails. Vanderbilt over Oregon. They are in the Final Four playing Georgia, the 9 seed. That'll be a good matchup to see, for sure. Tails. Let's head to the last region, the South region. Alabama State / St. Francis, PA upsets Creighton. Heads. Texas A&M beats San Diego State. UC San Diego. Flip. Heads. Ole Miss beats Lipscomb. Tails. New Mexico beats Michigan State. Heads. Texas A&M beats Alabama State / St. Francis, PA. Flip. Tails. New Mexico beats Ole Miss. Flip. Heads. Texas A&M beats New Mexico. Here we go. Our Final Four is set. The 4 seed, it's the Battle of Texas. The 4 seed Texas A&M Aggies take on the 3 seed Texas Tech Red Raiders. Now on the other side, on the right side, we got the 10 seed Vanderbilt Commodores taking on the battle of the SEC. The 10 seed Vanderbilt Commodores take on the 9 seed Georgia Bulldogs. Who's gonna win? Let's see. Flip. It is tails. So on the left side. So Texas A&M beats Texas Tech. Now Vanderbilt versus Georgia. Who's gonna win? Hey, Bella, Claire, stop. Hey, stop. Bella, Claire, stop. Hold on, guys. Bella, Claire, stop. Alright, they went downstairs. Alright, so the vote it was tails. So that means Vanderbilt moves on and upsets Georgia. Alright, Texas A&M versus Vanderbilt. Who's gonna win? Who is the coins champion for this season? For this year of college basketball. Flip. It is heads. It is the 4th seed Texas A&M Aggies. So my main bracket, I have the 1 seed Auburn Tigers winning it all, but the coin has the 4 seed Texas A&M Aggies winning it all. Not a bad guess. They would have a tough road to the championship game, though. I know that for sure. So each round you play in gets harder. Each opponent gets harder as you move up each round. Alright, let's close this. Let's submit this bracket. But yeah, my final four was Texas A&M versus Texas Tech and Vanderbilt versus Georgia. In the end, the coin flip bracket said Texas A&M to win it all. So, yeah. My brackets. This one. There, folks, that's going to do it for this live stream. Thank you so much for watching. An hour and 42 minutes. This was episode 88 of the Super Sam Sports Encore podcast. We are back doing podcast stuff. This was a watch party of the Selection Sunday, the selection show revealing the 68 team bracket. I will be live again. I don't know when. I'll figure it out. But anyways, I'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys.